It's the season finale already. Breaking Bad, episode 7. A no rough stuff type deal. A no rough stuff type deal. Well, there was the previous deal with Tuco was pretty rough. We had the introduction of Heisenberg, shaved his head, put on a persona. Really interested to see how that's going to play out. I think I said at the end of the previous reaction, it will be interesting to see if this starts seeping into his everyday life. I'm sure we're going to find out. Here we go. Final episode of season 1. How long is it? Is it a long one? No. Yeah, 48 minutes.
In closing, I can tell you we take this very seriously.
Hold on. Did that say... Is that a record? Is that a record of how quick it's been for me to stop it? Meth equals death.
Stopping the manufacture and sale of methamphetamines remains one of our highest priorities. Rest assured, no stone will go unturned in our search for the person or persons responsible for this.
Green jumper.
What about the janitor that was dealing drugs at the school?
Oh, Hugo.
So whoever took it had a key. We're talking inside job?
Up in Canada, they arrested one of the groundskeepers with drugs.
I love how
And the next day they found out.
the words are just going into the background.
Walt? Could you please tell us more about the equipment that was taken?
Yes. The inventory list for the missing labware is as follows. 1 Keldall-style recovery flask. 2 full-face respirators.
He's in here.
Some head with a thermometer holder.
Oh, it's just afterwards. Okay. I mean, is that illegal? Is that an American thing? Or is it classed as like sex in a public place or something? What was I thinking? Yeah, okay. I was thinking 2 things were going through my head at the same time. The first thing was, did Walt start touching Skylar because the conversation was around Hugo and it was like a distancing avoidance move to not have to think about that because it's, maybe Walt feels some responsibility there around what happened to Hugo? Or is there something there around this being like just everyone arguing about school policies and hiring practices, and then it started going down the route of metal detectors and searches and things, and he's just in Walt's life that's just so menial, like it doesn't mean anything to him. Skylar does, and then there's like a risk taking behavior there with it, isn't there? And that ties in with Skylar saying, why was that so good? And Walter saying, because it's illegal. Obviously tying in with his cooking meth. I wonder if there's something here as well about control, like having a feeling of agency, control, maybe even an element of dominance, power, especially in a place where, because it's taking place at school, and we've seen before they had the certificate of being part of a Nobel Prize team, I think. And we've always said how maybe coming out of chemistry teacher at high school feels a bit like a step backward for him. Maybe that ties in with those shots we saw before. I think maybe episode 1 where he's like in the background of his own party. Now he's getting some control, some power, some dominance in here. Maybe this all stems from is this Heisenberg in the room now, not Walter? Stemming from what happened with Tuco. Reminds me of the basement. Oh, hope you said that at the same time. Jinx, padlock, 1, 2, 3.
You gotta think rec room, media room. Just imagine all the things you could do down here.
What happened there?
She's a bit of a leak.
Bit of a fixer. But this house has great bones.
Great bones indeed.
You know what? We're zeroing in. I've got another listing brand new right around the corner.
Hi.
Hi.
So is Jesse selling this then?
Oh, I'm here to see the owner.
He's in the recreational vehicle.
The RV. Is that what RV stands for? I didn't know that.
Jeez, you look like Lex Luthor.
Lex Luthor's normally way more bald than that.
Are you selling your house?
2 dudes that turned into raspberry slush and flushed down my toilet. I can't even take a proper dump in there.
That's fair enough, isn't it?
You didn't actually go see Tuco.
Yeah.
I knew that was going to be money, mirroring it from last episode.
You got this money from Tuco.
Yeah, we made a deal.
How? Why would you make a deal with that scumbag?
Take a look at the money in your hand. £2 a week, 35,000 pounds.
Without even talking to me, you told this insane ass clown we would give him £2 a week. What about pseudo, man? How are we gonna get that? God, it takes me a week to get this stuff. See, that's the bottleneck in your brilliant business plan.
All right.
Well, here we are again.
Here we are.
I love the way that sentence transitioned. Here we are again, with these two in conflict, not really communicating with each other, not listening to each other. This bottleneck that they now have in their business plan. I really like that transition. That was awesome. And I know when I saw this, I know I've talked before about how I'm beginning to find um, parts of the scene more interesting than I did before, as I do more reactions. And this one, I remember when we saw this office before, thinking the backdrop was really interesting, just like how sparse it is. I didn't know if that was unintentionally. I noticed in this one there's a red lamp. Is that intentional? Or lampshade? Feels intentional. I haven't quite got the color thing nailed down yet. There's something there about it.
You must be, what, 6, 7 months? How goes it?
It's great.
The baby shower is next week, and it'll be good to, it'll be good to have a day that's just about Skylar.
Well, Walt, I see you've committed to the hair loss.
Yeah.
How do you feel?
Pretty decent, actually.
His color is better, and he's even more physical.
More physical?
Well, sexual.
That's because we're adults in the room.
Well, isn't there anything else we could be doing? I've been wondering about alternative medicine. I mean, Eastern healing.
Well, I can't speak to its efficacy, but as long as it doesn't interfere with that treatment.
So you're saying it's just all psychological?
He's saying he can't speak to
Having a better
the
outlook can make a tremendous difference.
and he can't speak to the
Important that
efficacy.
we manage our expectations.
That feels like a balanced answer, doesn't it? He could have ridiculed that idea like a lot of doctors would have quite easily, but to me that seemed like a good, like quite a responsible and appropriate answer. Can't speak to the efficacy of it. Fair enough, because there's either no research or it's limited research, or whatever research there is, maybe he hasn't read. A suggestion that there is a psychological component, or we know there's things like placebos and nocebos and that. So we know there's a psychological component to medication. And he's got to be honest with them, doesn't he? He's got to be realistic with expectations here. Seemed all right, I think, anyway. Okay, this is my personal view probably on that. What's going on here? Why are we in a junkyard?
Let me guess, you picked this place? This is like a non-criminal's idea of a drug. This is like, oh, I saw this in a movie. Ooh.
Yeah, is someone going to get crushed in a car at some point? Oh, look at it. Oh, look at that response to seeing that. It's like his body reacted.
Hey, what are we doing way the hell out here? What, they closed the mall or something? Heisenberg, come on, break it out.
Does Jesse know that he's called himself Heisenberg?
That's it? That's all you got?
We had some production problems.
0.53.
Half a pound.
You told me 2 pounds, and now you waste my time with these chiclets? 17 and a half, minus the half for wasting my time. You doing business like a couple little bitches.
I want all of it.
Oh, you did promise 2 pounds, Walt. You did promise.
You like this product, and you want more. Consider it a capital investment.
52 and a half, 25 points big.
Is he remembering the kaboom?
Interest, weekly.
Okay.
Oh, he's turning it into an opportunity to make more money.
1.875 pounds.
No, 2 pounds. Next Friday, no production problems.
Can you handle 4 pounds?
Listen, old man, talk is talk. Owing me money, that's bad.
So is that a deal for 4 pounds now?
4 pounds.
Yeah.
4 pounds. 2 pounds wasn't bad enough.
And we're going to use reductive amination to yield methamphetamine, 4 pounds.
So no pseudo.
No pseudo.
Yeah, Mr. White. Yes, science.
Go science.
What's this?
That is a shopping list.
40 grams thorium nitrate. Yo, Mr. White, I can't even pronounce half this shit.
All right, I'm leaving town.
Today is the first day of the rest of your life.
What are you doing?
Listen, these things, we need them.
I'm always waiting for him to say, apply yourself, like he did on that test paper that he has in his parents' house.
Welcome to your baby shower, Esmeralda! Esmeralda!
That's what I was just going to say.
Wake up, baby! Time to party! There's Daddy! Speak, Daddy!
Ollie, I am very proud of you.
Sorry, bad etiquette, touch the microphone.
I think about you all the time. Whatever you do in life, always know that you have a family who loves you very, very much.
What was it the doctor said? Did he say that? Did he say there were 7 months? Coming up to 7 months. So chances are Walter is going to be alive when his daughter is born, which is nice. It must be hard for him to think about just missing so much. It's heartbreaking, man. I don't even want to think about it. It's painful, as a father to think.
Look at that. It's adorable. Little feet. It's a tiara. White gold and several carats worth of zircons. Oh, Marie. Sparkly. Thank
Hey, listen, Walt. You got anything stronger than beer?
To get through this.
I'm sorry, man. I wasn't thinking.
No. It's okay. You mind if I have one? Now, I was under the impression that these were illegal.
Yeah, well,
Is this more illegal activity then? That's the forbidden fruit tastes the sweetest. More illegal activity feeling good.
How we draw that line, what's illegal, Cuban cigars, alcohol.
Meth? Cooking meth.
In 1930, we'd be breaking the law. Another year, we'd be okay. Who knows what will be legal next year?
you mean like pot?
Oh, yeah.
I'm just saying it's arbitrary.
Well, you ought to visit lockup. You hear a lot of guys talking like that. Hey, man, what you busting me with these 14 bales of ganja? It's all gonna be legal next year when Willie Nelson's president. Don't only goes one way either. Some now do stuff that's legal that shouldn't be. Friggin' meth used to be legal. Used to sell it over every counter at every pharmacy across America. The guy that came to their senses on that one, huh?
Yeah.
I love the conversation some of these two have around this, and it felt similar to that poker scene that we had before. But I like the way that Walter is like expanding the what would you say? He's expanding like the framework of what's like morally acceptable. To the point where doing things that are illegal don't feel like they're illegal anymore. Like crime doesn't feel like crime. And it's like he almost justifies it like a reasonable person position, like actually a reasonable person would understand that actually it is illegal, but it kind of shouldn't be. And then gives examples of how alcohol and again just like internally and quite externally justifying his position. And we can see that Walter's taking that. I think it's the post-conventional. I think of Kohlberg and moral development. Is it post-conventional? Oh, what's it called? Oh, let me have a quick look. So, a very quick overview. Kohlberg, stages of moral development. We have level 3, which is where I think this probably fits in, which is post-conventional morality. And that's the highest stage of moral development in Kohlberg's theory. And it says at this level, what is considered morally right is based on an individual's understanding of universal ethical principles, not merely social norms or authority. So what he thinks is right and what he is doing for his family is right transcends law. And interestingly, it goes on to say that there are universal principles within this level. So people at this stage have developed their own set of moral guidelines, which may or may not fit the law. The person will be prepared to act to defend these principles, even if it means going against the rest of society in the process and having to pay the consequences of disapproval and or imprisonment. Yeah, that feels like it fits, doesn't it? It feels like it fits. Right. Anyway, let's not spend too long on this. Let's get on.
A white gold tiara for a newborn baby. I mean, that thing must have cost like what, $500 or $600? I think I'm gonna return that. Maybe I can explain to her that we need a diaper genie more than a white gold baby tiara.
The Skylar's still thinking about lack of money. What's like 35 grand a week?
You do this Navajo sweat lodge up by Farmington. Healing ceremony. It's supposed to be good for your lungs. Might be an experience. Driving up on Friday, coming back Sunday. I mean, if you're okay with it.
Well, of course I'm okay with that.
There's got to be more to it than this. More to it than keeping Skylar happy.
I'm already sweating. Help me out.
Is there going to be something on the way or something?
70 millimeter tube furnace. Excellent. This is excellent. Very good work. Methylamine. Where's the methylamine?
Well, half this crap I could just buy, right? This methylamine, not so easy. But I did find some pros who will rip it off for us.
So what's the problem? You have the money.
I already spent almost the whole wad.
So these thieves, did they say where they would be stealing it from?
A chemical supply place south of town. They got guards and security cameras. They got steel doors. That's why these dudes are charging so much.
What's he thinking? What was he seeing?
So why don't we just steal it ourselves?
Let's save 10 grand.
How are we gonna do that?
With this?
What is that? Is it like an Etch-a-Sketch or something?
So, what's this stuff called again?
Thermite.
And that will cut through a lot.
Oh, thermite burns, doesn't it? Really, really high temperature, doesn't it?
One man with just a bag of this, and he could melt right through 4 inches of solid steel and destroy that gun forever.
You'd like to return this?
Yes.
Do you happen to have a receipt?
No. It was a gift.
Mr. Wilson, I'd like you to watch this lady while I phone the police.
Oh, no. Stolen.
The item is stolen, as I'm sure you know. Come with me, please.
Was it a shoe that was stolen before? There's something was stolen before. I'm sure it was in a shoe shop.
I've never stolen anything in my life, all right? I told you.
Well, I'm sure they know she did it because she would be returning it.
So who gave it to you then?
Oh. No.
I think I have to tell you that.
Ma'am, you don't have to tell me anything. You can talk to the police.
Oh.
Then I can talk to the Channel 3 News. I can tell them how you people, without a modicum of evidence, illegally detained an innocent pregnant woman in a dank storeroom.
This is my office.
I'm not getting enough air back here. I don't think I can breathe.
Hi, you've reached Marie. Do the beep thing.
Marie, it's Skylar. I need to talk to you immediately.
Marie's going to know exactly what that's all about. What an interesting, like, side quest we've got going on with Marie and her stealing.
Wait, there he is. There he is. Yeah, I see him. Okay, wait till he passes. Okay, Skylar.
Here.
A red hat. Oh, a balaclava.
He's not supposed to come back. What's he doing?
Is that a portaloo? A turdis?
Come here, man. What are you doing?
What are they going to do? Have they got tape? They're going to tape around the outside of it. I think like a hose. What people used to do around phone boxes. Do you remember phone boxes? You don't see many these days.
Is this gonna be loud?
It's not explosive, is it? Doesn't it just burn really, really, really mega hot? Can't they roll it? Take the cart.
Oh, man, come on. Let me try it.
How is it going to be any different?
That's the exact response I would make.
We're not cooking in my damn driveway, I tell you that.
Easy. Okay. You're a real estate agent. When is she supposed to come back?
I'll make damn sure she doesn't.
Yeah. I've changed my mind. I'm not selling. Don't go in the basement. They're gonna hear it ringing upstairs. Open house. Does that mean people can just turn up and look?
We'll need to run it 2 more hours to have enough to make 4.5 pounds.
Not 4?
2 pounds pays Tuco back. 4.5 pounds puts us $44,000 ahead. With the amount of methylamine that we got last night, we can make 4.5 pounds a week for the foreseeable future.
How long is that gonna be?
Oh.
I mean, in your situation, how much cash do you need?
More.
I like Jesse framed it. Not how much cash can we make, it's how much cash do you need.
Someone's in the yard. Shh.
She's shown people to the basement before, so she's probably gonna go down there. Two guys in gas masks. Green gloves. He's had yellow gloves before. There's a shift from like yellow to green at the moment.
Just keep them out of here. Do you understand?
Well, they're earrings. Are they staying on? Oh, she's not actually put them on yet.
Forever. What?
This will be an interesting conversation.
They accused me at Zachary's of shoplifting it. What were you doing at Zachary's? You were returning it. Why would you return it? It just wasn't.
Yeah, why are you justifying that?
Can you tell me why you do such a thing? I have no idea what the hell you're even talking about. Shoplifting. No idea.
Wow, there's complete avoidance of this being a problem.
I can't really admit to something when I have no knowledge of what it is that I'm admitting.
But look at how upset she looks. Her eyes are beginning to water there. She knows. Look at this wall. Oh, is that his plan? Just to stand there and stop people from going in?
All you all, house is not for sale. Get the hell out.
How long's left of this episode? 7 minutes. How's it going to end? The season finale? That clock ticking. I mentioned it before.
Was it an experience?
It was definitely an experience.
Oh, so the whole retreat thing, that's just his excuse to spend some time away and do the job.
Well, she stole it. I practically got arrested trying to return it at the store. She refuses to apologize. I don't know what to do.
People sometimes do things for their families.
Don't they just, Walter?
For their families? And what, that justifies stealing?
Where do you fit on Kohlberg's moral development, Skylar?
What would you do if it were me?
You don't want to find out.
Oh, you still hear that clock ticking. Is that like a reminder that time's running out for him?
What is this shit? This is blue.
We use a different chemical process, but it is every bit as pure.
Well, the customer's going to like it, though.
Oh, tight, yeah.
I think he's happy.
Oh, blue, yellow, pink. Whatever, man. Just keep bringing me that.
4.6.
All right, we're gonna make a lot of money together.
Just remember who you're working for.
What did you say? So I don't understand. Are you saying that?
Oh, the future does not look good for this chap.
Hey, why don't we all just relax, huh?
I'm relaxed.
This is a real reminder to Walt, isn't it? Of just how quickly things can shift.
That's messed up. Okay, Heisenberg. Next week.
The reality check there, the risks. Is that how we're going to leave the episode? Is that almost like the Heisenberg persona coming off, the Walter persona coming back on? The glasses change? There's lots of red cars in that shot. Is that intentional? So the very first thing that comes to my mind is the first thing I think of is, interestingly, how different characters have different emotional control strategies. So Tuco, just gave his, would you call him a friend? Would you? His It's not a colleague. It's like work buddy, a beating as an emotional control strategy. You got Marie with this kleptomania. I don't know much about kleptomania. Might have a really quick look. Okay, so I've had just a very quick look. So we've got this Journal of Psychiatry from Brazil here that talks about this paper review the literature for what is known about the clinical characteristics of kleptomania. Results: kleptomania generally has onset in late adolescence or early adulthood. Appears to be more common among women. So lifetime psychiatric comorbidity. So you have other things with it. So mainly impulse. So people normally have impulse control as well as kleptomania. Substance use, mood disorders. Individuals with kleptomania suffer significant impairment in their ability to function socially and occupationally. Kleptomania may respond to cognitive behavioral therapy, and various types of medication. Well, let me look in the DSM-5. This is where I get excited about stuff. Here we have kleptomania. Diagnostic criteria: a recurrent failure to resist impulses to steal objects that are not needed for personal use or for their monetary value. Increasing sense of tension immediately before committing the theft. Pleasure, gratification, or relief at the time of committing the theft. So it meets that usual process of dropping anxiety really quickly. So you get this increasing sense of tension building. You do a behavior, so some kind of safety behavior, a coping strategy, in this instance, stealing something, and it drops the anxiety really quickly. And then over time, that's how you learn to drop the anxiety and get that relief. The stealing is not committed to express anger or vengeance, and it's not in response to delusion or hallucination. The stealing is not better explained by conduct disorder, a manic episode, or antisocial personality disorder. We got some additional information here. So the objects are stolen despite the fact they are typically of little value to the individual who could have afforded to pay for them. So it's not I want this thing and I can't afford it. It's more to do with the relief and the emotional response that comes with it. Although individuals with this disorder will generally avoid stealing when immediate arrest is probable, i.e., in full view of a police officer, they usually do not pre-plan the thefts or fully take into account the chances of apprehension. The stealing is done without assistance from or collaboration with others. Differential diagnosis. So ordinary theft. So it says ordinary theft is deliberate and is motivated by the usefulness of the object or its monetary worth. Sure, we can agree with that. Malingering. In malingering, individuals may simulate the symptoms of kleptomania to avoid criminal prosecution. That seems unlikely in this case. Antisocial personality disorder and conduct disorder. I don't think we've really seen any evidence of those things in Marie. Manic episodes, psychotic episodes, and major neurocognitive disorders. We haven't seen any of that in Marie either. I don't think so. So I think kleptomania certainly fits with what we're seeing, and she's very avoidant of even saying it's a problem to Skylar. When Skylar asks her, but you can see her eyes being to well up. She knows it's a problem, but she can't bring herself to admit it. Interesting. What an interesting like subplot. And interestingly, that they use this subplot to have that conversation with Walter and Skylar. Like Walter's like testing the threat to him here, I guess. It's like a threat assessment of if you find out about what I'm doing, how are you going to respond? Because there is a chance that she somehow catches them. Right, let's just have a quick think of our notes. So predisposed, I don't think we really picked up anymore. Presenting product, we've now got this interesting kind of like increasing seeking behavior, something like that. Increasing threatening behavior, especially regards things that are illegal. Anything else? Perpetuating? Nothing really changed. Precipitating, they're making more money. This moral response about Crazy 8 hasn't really come up again now, so I'm going to take that out because it's not really been mentioned. He doesn't seem to be, no behavior seems to be driven by that anymore. Let's take that out for now. Worth, there's something here worth. I kind of connected his lack of worth at school before with that behavior of Skylar under the table. So I still think there's something there with that. I think this is also true in perpetuating. There's still finance Yeah, he's still needing the money, which is keeping his behavior going. His physical health is still deteriorating. We didn't see much this episode actually in terms of coughing or blood coming up. There's something here around his relationship with Skylar, of what we just said, but around testing boundaries, testing like moral and ethical boundaries with her, and still protective. I think this tension is gone. They've seemed to. It didn't that didn't feel tense at all that episode with her. I don't think. So we'll just keep family now as protective. His moral boundary seems to be shifting a little bit, I think, which we've seen by him kind of like we just said, testing it with Skylar, having conversations with Hank. Is Jesse a protective factor? Potentially. I think maybe there's something here around actually Walter having a focus on something and Jesse being a part of that. It's probably somewhat helpful. I mean, I guess you could make the argument that if Jesse wasn't involved at all, then he would have even been doing this, which means that he wouldn't be earning the money for his family for once he's gone. But at the same time, he wouldn't be putting his family in any risk at all in terms of that. So potentially, what's going on with Jesse? He seems to have recovered quite well from his beating from Tuco, as in physically. We still see he's quite anxious around him, quite rightly so after what we've just seen. So there's this presenting now. There's escalated dysregulation. He doesn't seem as dysregulated as he has done. We haven't. Did we see him taking any substances in this episode? I don't think so. We haven't had much more about his family, but there is something here around hypervigilance and reactivity around Tuco, understandably so. Predisposing, nothing else came up. Some of this precipitated. We might, as time goes on, like meeting Walt can probably be taken off. We'll probably update this after the next season because I don't know what happens. I don't know if there's as in the next episode of season 2 because I don't know if there's going to be a time jump or anything. But that might be a big update. Everything there's probably something here precipitating about just the amount that they're cooking now, the amount of business we'll put, because it feels like it's scaling beyond what he's ever been comfortable with before. I mean, he seemed in the previous episode, he seemed quite happy with however much money. It was like 3 grand or 3.5 grand or something he gave to Walter. And now Walter's like, here's 35 grand. This is what we should be doing. This is what we should be making here. So that's scaled massively for Jesse. I mean, he was talking about having to buy, I don't know, like 2,600 packets of something. He's clearly never had to do that before. So it's scaled really quick for him. And how's he responding to that? I mean, he's kind of responding quite well because he got all of that equipment for Walter they asked, where before he could barely go out and buy like a tub to when they were trying to sort out Crazy Eight, Crazy Eight's cousin, sorry, and that's going to perpetuate as well. So growing business, making more money, that's just going to keep maintaining the behavior because he wants some more money. I did like that bit, and I pointed out where he said, "How much more do you want to make?" Well, it wasn't like, "How much are we going to make? How long are you going to be around? Because I need you as part of this." You're the Kirk. It's how much more do you need? And we had that moment. Then we had the moment where Walter grabs Jesse by the arms, gives him a bit of a motivational speech. Just like, "Well, what are you doing?" But it feels like they're getting a bit closer, doesn't it? Or more of an understanding of each other, I think. Protective. So I would say Walter is a protective factor for Jesse. Right, there we go. So that was the end of season 1. I'm guessing people are going to want me to jump straight into season 2. So that's probably going to be the plan. If anyone thinks anything differently, then let me know in the comments. I mean, the alternative would be we do another shorter show. I think there's maybe a couple of shows which are shorter episodes with less episodes that we could probably get in like a week and a bit. But I'm guessing people just want me to go into season 2. I always ask because I don't want to make assumptions too much. This is a community. It's not just the stew show. So let me know what you think. But yeah, let's see that there. What a great opening season. I can't remember the last time I watched an opening season that was this good. Do I prefer it to Game of Thrones? Is probably a question people will be thinking. It's different, isn't it? It's too hard to compare. This is I know there's multiple characters in this, but it feels like it's the story of Walter and him coming to terms with his illness and the actions he's now doing to try to protect his family. It feels like that's the story that's just expanding. Whereas in Game of Thrones, it's loads of people. It's so wide, where this is narrower in comparison. I'm not saying it's a narrow story. They're just different, aren't they? They're just different shows. Great. Okay, let's leave it there. Thanks for watching, everyone. Take care. See you later.